Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
Good Lord, my ass is dragging. Yes, I'm talking to a friend of mine because I came across an interesting article that I've been reading. I got down to a certain part of it, and it makes a very interesting statement in there. Me and him got to talking, and he says, I don't understand why you guys are waiting for Iraq to announce the exchange rate. He said there's a certain formula you can use to at least get an idea of what the Iraqi exchange rate is going to be. But first you have to find out what the following is. And I was like, man, are you serious? He's like, yep, it's good for you to learn this anyways. I said, all right, what is it? So I am exhausted. My ass is dragging. And if a frog didn't have no legs, he'd smack his ass on the ground every time he hopped. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and share it with you guys and then let you geniuses out there figure it out from here. Anyways, there's a book out there that goes through the introduction of the monetary policy in Iraq. It lays out some very interesting information that I think you guys will appreciate. So let's get into this, shall we? Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. So like I said, whenever it comes to Iraq and their monetary policies, every time I come across something, I take the time to go through it and read it and see if there's anything in there that we might be able to use out here. So here we go. The impact of denomination choices on commercial trading. A policy evaluation of the new Iraqi monetary system. And there's tons of reading, see? Anyways, as I kept reading, kind of gives you a history a little bit, everything that goes on with it. Then I get over here to this section coming up. 3.3, use, value of the new currency system in Iraq and its problems. Kind of tells you the issues that Iraq has. Like I said, this is good reading. So I got down here where it says thirdly. Now check this out. Thirdly, it may be awkward to consider small dinar denominations when high inflation devalues the Iraqi dinar substantially. However, when inflation calms down and the exchange rate returns to the long-run parity level, the value of the Iraqi dinar will go back to the pre-Gulf War standard. Let me repeat this. When inflation calms down and the exchange rate returns to its long-run parity level. So what happens is, remember I was telling you these countries keep track of different exchange rate? Well, one of them is a parity level. So if inflation calms down and Iraq returns to its long-running parity level, what's it say? The value of the Iraqi dinar will go back to the pre-Gulf War standard. In such a case, the Iraqi dinar would have substantial purchasing power. And then he gives examples in here, but they're comparing it to the yen. It's talking about the currencies that we deal with right now, the ones that we have. They have already created the lower denominations, which everybody's spoken about 100 times, but they have not released them because they don't hold any value. They're just sitting there. And you can go through this whole thing and read yourself. Anyways, it says, for example, if the value of the dinar goes up 100 times the current level, one dinar could easily reach 10 yen. Okay, if you say so, I don't know what that means, but let's roll with it. For the same reason, without considering the long-run steady state level, judging solely from the status quo, it is highly questionable practice to insist that the current 50 dinar should be replaced by a new 1 dinar via rescaling the denominations. It is understandable that the issue cost below the 50 dinar denominations may exceed the face value, so that the user, the government and the central bank, could not earn any seigniorage or generate a loss to the government. Under the circumstances, if small denominations are issued in the form of metallic coins, these coins would be melted and sold for alternative uses, and we could expect that no metallic coins would be circulated in the market. To avoid this risk, smaller denominations should be issued in the form of paper banknotes. The banknotes will not be used for alternative purposes, and there will be no incentive to produce counterfeits considering the substantial issue cost. So this was written in November of 2022, so it wasn't that long ago, about a year and a half ago. And you've seen what the person's saying, if Iraq could get their inflation under control, which they have, and the exchange rate returns to the long-run parity level, the value of the Iraqi dinar would go back to the pre-Gulf War standard. So first of all, what the hell is a parity level? Yeah, exactly. This will take you down a rabbit hole. So in order for you to figure out what a parity level is, there are some things you're going to need. Before I get to that, I'm going to leave the link for you guys to go through this because I'm too tired to care, all right? I'm also going to leave you the link for this. It's called the price level of output side real GDP at current purchasing power parities. Purchasing power parities divided by the exchange rate for Iraq. I'm also going to leave this for you. Iraq IQ, the purchasing power parity conversion factor to market exchange rate price level ratio. You could read this as well. But congratulations, for those of you who care, just pause and read these because you're going to need to know this information. Lucky for you, it's been calculated out already. But anyways, you can figure it out from here. Like I said, just pause, read all this, and then keep going down. Read all that. And go down here. Read all this. Calculating the exchange rate using the PPP. Then here you go, Iraq's purchasing power parity conversion factor. You need to know that. Here's the historical data. Price level ratios. What is Iraq's exchange rate using the PPP? Ooh, what is this? How you convert that? What is Iraq's market exchange rate times the PPP conversion factor? Here it is for you. What is Iraq's purchasing power parity? And what is Iraq's currency purchasing power parity conversion factor? Yep, you can pause and read all that. And in there they tell you what you're calculating for and what you need to do. I'm too tired to do it. So you don't necessarily have to wait for a exchange rate to be given to you. You can calculate it out and get an idea where it's going to be. Let me see if you can figure out what the exchange rate is going to be. Let me drop you a little hint. It's above $3 per dinar. Let's see if you can find the real number. Anyways, like I said, I'll leave all these goodies for you guys to go through and read and figure out what it is they're trying to tell you and how it is you can use this information to get an idea of what the Iraqi exchange rate is going to be. You're welcome. I'm just too tired to do it all. Like I said, when I do my research, I really do it. And that's how I come across information like this so that I can share with you guys. You guys are going to have a field day with this. So look, this thing came out in November of 2022. That's only about a year and a half ago. So it's not like this is some old thing talking about returning back to the old exchange rate. No. This is November 3rd, 2022. And you just saw what it read. That if they can get their inflation under control and bring themselves back to the price level parity, then most likely they will go back to their pre-Gulf War exchange rate. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys have at it and see what you come up with. I look forward to your answers, and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.